Hello everyone, I hope you all are doing very well and welcome to CSS Quiz. Question number 1 here is, which of the following is the correct way to link an external style sheet in an HTML5 page? So if you want to link any external style sheet, that is any external CSS file that is not internal and not inline apart from it, and that you want to add into HTML5 page, what is the correct syntax? So if you will see option A, link a relation equals to style shape and type is text or CSS, and href, that is reference sheet, is style.css. This is one of the correct way. We are going to refer the second one. It means here the sequence of href, type and relation is changed. It is also a correct way, and you can directly mention reference sheet as style.css, right? So all of these are correct answer. Using all these three syntax, you can add any external CSS file to your HTML web page, correct? Question number 2. What is the correct syntax for adding a CSS rule to a web page? So if you want to add a CSS rule, you need to type style. Inside style tag, you need to type equals to text or CSS. This is called as CSS rule. Type equals to either text or CSS. We write it like this. This is a way to add CSS rule into a web page, right? So option B is correct answer. Question number 3, if you are going to see, how do you apply a style to a specific element on a web page? You want to add something to a specific element. So here we are using hash element style rate, right? So basically, you know that with some concepts like class and with some concept like ID, we can do this. So we are using here class hash element, and you can only use this style red on a particular element when you are going to implement that particular class element into that particular HTML. It may be paragraph, it may be your body, it may be heading. So option A is the correct answer. Question number 4 is, what is the correct syntax for adding a background color to a web page using CSS? So inside body, background color should be like this. It can be any color. Here color specification is not given. We only need to figure out which is the correct way. So inside body, because we want to make background color of a web page, complete web page background should be something. So inside body, we need to define background color. We are only going to use color. All the text that is written inside body will be shown into that particular color, and this background is not going to do anything. So option A is the correct answer here. Question number 5. Which of the following is not a valid value for the position property in CSS? So which of the following is not a valid value for the position of CSS? Relative is a valid value, fixed is also valid value, absolute is also valid value, but floating, it is not a valid value for position property. Thus option C is correct answer. I hope we have learned about position. So in that, relative is there, something is called as fixed and absolute, but floating is not a value, it is not a valid value in CSS. Question number 6. What do you make? How do you make a text link underline in CSS? You want to do some text that appear with the underline. So text decoration is the correct way. Text decoration underline. This is going to do. Let's say if you have written hello, then that particular text will be underlined with the help of this text decoration property. Question number 7. Which of the following is not a valid CSS3 transformation? Not a valid. Translate X 100 pixel, it is a valid CSS3 transformation. Rotate to 330 degrees also valid. Skew 20 degree. So all first three, they all are valid. We need not valid. Flip Flip is not a valid transformation. So option D is the correct answer. Question number 8. What is the correct syntax for using the CSS3 at the rate font face value? So at the rate font face we need to use. Thereafter font family, you can use any font family, and source URL equals to myfont.ttf. You can use it, right? So you can give font face with the Google source also. On Google we are having some font face already defined, and just by providing the link inside URL tag in single quote, and just by mentioning the name of that particular font family, we can utilize that particular font face. Option A is the correct. Question number 9. How do you apply a style to an element only when it is hovered over with the mouse cursor? So very good question it is. If you are going to, let's say this is a mouse, and if you are going to scroll this mouse to particular element, that should be seen in red when you are going to hover mouse over it, and it should be like that, right? So the correct syntax for this is hover. We need to use hover itself. Okay, so active and focus can directly, very easily you can eliminate B and C. Option A itself is correct. Hover and style is red. Whenever you are going to move your mouse on a particular element, that is going to reflect. Okay. And question number 10. Which of the following is not a valid value for displaying property in CSS? Not a valid property in displaying property block. It is a valid inline flex. Run in. Run in is a not a valid display property. So D is correct. So question is are not a valid value for display property. Thus D is the one. Okay. Guys, if you are really liking our MCQs video sessions and our JavaScript videos, our CSS videos, and our Python videos, do like, guys, do subscribe us, stay tuned with us, guys. And if you are having some doubts, some queries, and some you can say that some kind of any confusion, query, suggestions, you can put in comment section, right? Okay. Question 11 is what is the correct syntax for using the CSS3 box shadow property? Box shadow is the keyword, 10 pixel, 10 pixel, 5 pixel, and whatever is the color in you can put like this, right? In hashtag format, and then semicolon. So A is correct answer, because we do not need to use this square braces, and directly we can utilize this value like this, right? So box shadow, height, length, width. Option A is the correct answer. Okay, question 12 is how do you hide an element? You know, how do you hide an element in CSS? Very easy question, however interesting, that how you are going to hide an element. So display none. Display, if we put display as a none, I think you can hide any particular element in CSS. Question number 13 is how do you make an element's text bold in CSS? So font style is bold. You just need to put font style as a bold, and this would be the one, right? Okay, question number 14 is which of the following is not a valid unit of measurement in CSS? Pixel is a valid unit. EM units is a valid unit. Root EM unit is also a valid unit. Fit is a measurement unit, but it is not in CSS. In general world, we can use fit or foot, but in CSS, we cannot use this property, right? We only use pixels kind of body, right? So D is the correct answer because not a valid unit is asked here. Question number 15. How do you create a CSS3 transition effect on an element? So transition properties are asked here, and they are asking that how do you create CSS3 transition effect? So obviously you need to use transition. So B and D itself eliminated. Transform is not any keyword which we use for transition. Effect is also used for transition. So B and D is eliminated. Thereafter, what we are using transition 0.5. No, we only need to use transition. Okay, this one transition effect. No, transition effect is not the keyword. Transition itself. Because if you want to make any content transition like it should rotate, it should move in 0.5 second, or it will do some activity like this in particular second. Transition, as in out. So we have discussed under media queries. You can visit our CSS lecture, and inside CSS playlist we have discussed a lot about this under this media queries lecture. Some properties like as in out, and many more. Correct. So you should have to watch this lecture. Media queries is an important topic. Repeating again, it is a very important topic. Okay. So A is correct answer here. Question 16. What is the correct syntax for using the keyframe rule? So when we have discussed the animation part, there we have discussed that we need to use keyframe rules with animation name. Like once we have used text, at the rate keyframe text. If you want to apply animation over color, you will use at the rate keyframe color, likewise that. So keyframe and thereafter animation name. Option A is the correct answer. Correct. Okay, animation name is there, keyframe. But thereafter we need colon. What we need thereafter, we need colon, which is not here. So A, correct answer is D. Colon is needed after animation name. Just like at the rate keyframe and let's say text. So it means that we are using that particular keyframe over text. So D is the one. Question number 17 is, which of the following is not a valid value for overflow property in CSS? Overflow property. Visible is there, hidden is there, ref is also there, hidden. Clip is not the answer. Clip is the answer because it is not a valid value of overflow. 18th one is, how do you use CSS media rules to apply styles only for devices with a screen width of 480 pixels or less? So maximum width is the property, mean width, screen. You can easily eliminate this because you know maximum width keyword, we have discussed it a lot. Option A is the correct answer. Maximum width is a property. Okay. How can you make a web page element fad in using CSS3 transitions? Transition, 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 and this is a transition. This can easily be eliminated, and you want to fade up the text. Visibility is not a concept. Opacity is also not a concept because you want to make a fade, right? So fade is in 1 second. Option A is the correct answer. Question number 20 is, how do you make a block level element take up the full width of its parent element minus any padding and border applied to the parent? It means that you want to see the complete length. Minus means whatever is the actual size, the fullest you have to see. Width equals to 100%. A is the correct one. So guys, we have discussed 20 important MCQs on CSS. And just before this video, we have discussed 20 more important questions on HTML as well. I hope you are going to like it. Stay tuned with us for more such important MCQs and learning videos. Thank you so much, guys. Have a very nice day. Jai Hind, Jai Bharat.